in this episode, I want to talk about the settings of import CAD and link CAD. As you can see, for instance, like colors, layers or levels, import units, positioning, and place set. Firstly, as you can see, we have to specify the file and then assign the file name. And then we specify the file of type or the format. For instance, we can work on the DWG, SketchUp files, Rhino. In the next part, we got the current view only that I talked about it in the previous session. That if I check this, then the imported or the linked file will be imported or linked and only visible in the current view. So it won't be visible in other views, and we cannot make it visible in other views unless we import or link it again. Okay? For instance, I check current view only for this. As you can see, oriented view is not available, playset is not available, only the current view is recognized. So if we open other views, as you can see, you cannot find it because it is only imported or linked to the current view that it was opened. I select this and I delete the link. Afterwards, I want to link it again. Then I uncheck current view only. Then it will be visible in all of the views in the entire project. Watch this in the elevations, in the 3D view, in the ceiling plans, in the side plan, floor plans. Watch this, level 2 even. For instance, if I add another level, but if I adjust the view range, then we can see it. Okay, so that in the previous sessions as we talked about it, the lines were not aligned and the plan was visible in all of the views. But what is the usage of current view only here? Actually, we check current view only, especially when we want to add some 2D draftings into view and then present them in callouts or in the section views. Just the example that I talked about it in the previous session. Suppose that here we got a plan view and then I pick the floor. I wanna prepare the plan anyway. Afterwards I draw a section view here, and then as you are concerned, this file is not completed yet, okay, because it is still at the first phase, okay, or we can set it to LOD 200s that we want to improve it to LOD 300s or 3 and 500s. And right now we just want to present the plan in this stage or in this phase to a company or to the employers. And when it's some details to be presented, okay, about the materials, about the elements, but we don't have any model, any 3D element here, okay? So we have to use the detailing tools. But if we already have the details or the drafting views from AutoCAD, we can import them to Revit. For instance, for the detail of flooring, in reference file in the plans, CAD, details, and then we can open one of these details. Let me open it for the flooring. Let's see. Then suppose that I want to present such a detail like this way. Check it out. So firstly, I should select it. Great. And then Control C, Control N to open it, and then paste the selected detail in a new template file. Then I specify a base point. I position it at the origin point. And however, here we got some dedicated fonts that they are not going to be supported in Revit, okay? So we're gonna change them or delete them. For now, I select the texts and then I delete them. I keep the field regions that are UN to set the units to meters, and then measuring the distance for checking the scale. Here, as you can see, not 0.58. Actually, it must be 10 centimeters. Let me try again. Not 0.1. It is okay. I made a mistake. Anyway, PU purge. Where's all items? Then I select them all, overkill to delete the duplicated lines. And as I mentioned, we usually do this process for all of the draftings or 2D details that we want to import them or link them in Revit. Let me specify the file location for it in link CAD, and then I name it details for the folder. I assign a name for the file, detail 01. I close it, then we get back to Revit. We talked about the views before. Here we got a call out. I click on it. Afterwards, I set it to reference other view. I create a new drafting view since I want to refer it to reference it to others. Here we got a drafting view, so if I open it afterwards, here I can add the 2D details. For instance, I can link it here. Plans, no, actually in details. And then I wish this current view only is checked by default in the callouts. Push this, zoom extends. But if I open the section views and I want to link or import the plan, then we have to check the current view only manually, while in the drafting views it is checked, it is enabled by default. Okay, manual origin, so we can specify the position for it. For instance, I can add it here for the detail of flooring. Suppose that here we got a wall and I have added the details behind the wall. Let me adjust the view range for clipping. Wireframe, check it out, I should move it. And then place it on the other part. Let me see. Section view. So by this way we can use current view only in the 2D views, that they won't be visible in other views, especially in new drafting views, that we usually use them in details, in callouts, in drafting views, and the section views that we want to present some details. For instance, in the section view, if I click on it, then we'll get access to the section view. I mean, the 3D model still does not exist, but we got the details that we can present them. And this is gonna help you, especially when there is no element that has been modeled, but you got some details to present them to the employers or clients about what is going to be modeled. And when the primary is approved, you can start your modeling.